Hey everybody, it's Mahadeva, the OG Thunder Wizard. So Mars planet has gone retrograde and has just recently, I think just today, has jumped through his Gandanta point and is now back retrograde in Pisces. So the theme of today's video is you have to take action regardless of how you feel. Now, depending on your Vedic astrological chart, you're going to have a different experience. But if you're watching this and you have recently felt this huge, like all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're almost like drowning, like what is going on? Intense feelings, frustration, uh, hesitation, doubt, fear. Um, if you feel like this has come upon you suddenly, it very well may be an astrological event. So what has been happening is that Mars has been bouncing back and forth between his happy place of Aries and Pisces, where he's not so happy. And depending on, of course, where it is in your chart, that's going to have a big effect on you. So today, I've known that this was coming, and so I was sort of prepared that, October, November, December, just be prepared that I'm going to have to wrestle with, potentially some uncomfortable feelings, because Mars is really important for me. Mars is the guy that holds me up, literally. Without Mars, I just totally fall apart. So when Mars isn't doing that well, I feel it. And what's happened is that Mars was in Aries and then went retrograde back through his what's called the Gandanta point, which is changes from fire to water. Whenever you have a planet changing from fire to water or water to fire, it's called a Gandanta point. It means it's like, like when your garden hose is kinked, that it makes that, and the water's trying to go through, but it's kinked, and then you finally release it and all the water comes through. Well, a Gandanta point is like a kink in your garden hose. So when planets go through these shifts from fire to water, it can be intense, especially when one of the planets happens to be a water or a fire planet. In this case, Mars. So Mars is your determination, it is your commitment, it is your drive, it is your physical health. It's all that stuff. So again, depending on where he is in your chart, it can, cause some challenges for you. So I noticed a while back that when Mars was going through the Gandanta point first, because what happened is it went retrograde from Aries into Pisces, it passed through the Gandanta point, and then it hung around in Pisces for a while, where it's not too happy. So there was a whole period where I just took a couple of weeks off, I think, from a lot of my work. And it was because of that. I mean, I consciously knew what was going on, but I honestly just knew I just needed a break. And I just didn't do a whole hell of a lot, and I wasn't feeling very good. I mean, physically I was okay. Emotionally, I wasn't feeling all that great. And as I think about it now, I think I had some physical issues too. And then Mars turned around and went direct again, and then he started coming into his Gandanta point as he's going back into Aries. And I remember that those few days as he was pushing through, I felt really frustrated. And then as soon as he pushed into Aries, I felt this release, and then I got a lot of things done, including this. That's the reason why I made this 90-day challenge, because I went through this period where I myself was like, I can't seem to muster up any energy to get things going. And so that really motivated me to create a practice to keep me going through these times. So that's where this came from. This is the perfect time for this, by the way, because now Mars has just today, as he turned retrograde in Aries, he went back and he passed through his Gandanta point. And so Aries, this planet of fire, is now in the deep waters of Pisces. So he's, steam is coming out, and he's wanting to be blazing and on fire, and he's not. He's been, poured, cold water on top of him. So I felt it today, and I was like, why do I feel so? And then I said, maybe Mars has moved into Pisces. And sure enough, today's the day. So he's going to stay there. He's going to stay there in Pisces until December 24th. So if you, if you have a tendency to feel depressed, down, disencouraged. I just made up a new. I mean, it actually works. Follows the laws of word order. So you can't. By the way, did you know that Shakespeare invented words? He knew how to do that. I just invented them. So if you're feeling disempowered, then just know that there's a lot going on astrologically, that your Mars is somebody's poured cold water on him. So it's okay to not push it. Now, I have to do things like I have to go to the gym. If I don't go to the gym, I start to get unhappy physically. For a couple other reasons in my chart, I constantly need to be moving and exercising, whether it's surfing or gym or whatever, hiking. I have to do something, otherwise I start to go loopy. So it's okay if you need to do something to keep yourself going. That's what this is. Go check it out. It's some very powerful but simple exercises. Power you through while Mars is, in his unhappiness. And but it's okay if you want to push, But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to share with you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to relax a little bit. If I don't feel like pushing myself, I'm not gonna. If the waves are big, do I really want to go out there and really push it and make myself tired and get washed up on the beach? Maybe not. If I go to the gym, maybe I'll just not work so hard. I'll let myself sleep a little longer. And I'm just going to give myself the space to have whatever feelings I have, and know that what's important to understand in life in general is that feelings are temporary. And so it's important that when we get depressed, when we get disencouraged, we get disillusioned, it's important to know that this is just a feeling and it's going to pass. The most important thing I've found to do in times like this, and I'm going to follow this myself, is when I have figured out what it is that I want, and I talk about that here, but I also talk about that all over this channel. The secret commandment to the shamanic secret commandment to a perfect life. I talk about that. How to find out what you want. And once I figure out what I want, I write it down. I memorialize it in some way, because I know that when I realize I want to do this and I'm really excited, I know that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and go, oh my God, who told you could do that, you worthless piece of garbage? So I write it down. And then I take the warrior action of, I write down actions. I make a list of things that I'm going to do. And what I do is I just make sure that I just do at least one of those things on that list. And sometimes it's as simple as go online and search for such and such. Maybe it only takes 10 minutes. And then afterwards I can go, okay, at least I did that. Now I'm going to go eat Cheetos and play video games. Whatever it is for you. And that's the most important thing. Regardless of how you feel, you just keep taking action. Because eventually, in this case, Mars is going to turn around. And he's going to turn around somewhere in the middle of November. Somewhere in November, he's going to stop, going retrograde into Pisces, and he's going to turn around and he's going to head back towards his happy place of Aries. Now, don't get me wrong. It'll be like slugging through, water, waist-high water. It's like trying to run through waist-high water. So he's going to run through waist-high water until he gets to the Gandanta point again, and then you're going to feel some resistance. Mars is going to be, and you're going to feel some resistance. And then he's going to break through right on Christmas Day, the 24th. He's going to break through, and he'll be in his happy place again. And then from the 24th on, at least in terms of Mars, you're going to feel some power pushing you forward again, depending on where Mars is in your chart. Now, this may not affect you because Mars may not be in a challenging, transiting over a challenging house. Now, for me, Mars, as I said, is the most important thing. It's my Aruda, if you've heard me talk about that. It's also my Yoga Karaka, which means that it's literally holding my chart up. I'm not kidding. If without Mars, my chart would fall apart, and I'd be one of those sad statistics you hear about. And he's also working really hard to keep me healthy and keep me fit as I age. So he's really important for me. But what he's doing now is he's transiting over my 8th house. So that's where Pisces is. So as he's transiting my 8th house, that means that my fuel, my drive, my Aruda, my success, my health, all of that now is slogging through, cold, waist-high water. And I feel that. And it's really important, again, to sometimes know when these things are happening and just, you thought you were going to go run a marathon. Maybe not. Maybe you run a 10K instead, and give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself. Go check out the 90-day challenge, thunderwizard.com. Go and click on whatever buttons you have to get to the Warrior 90-day challenge. That practice is holding me up now. And I do this, it's one thing for me to sit here and talk at you and tell you what to do. Even tell you, okay, go do this routine, go do that routine. This one, you just simply press play and just, you can see me as I'm doing the exercise, and you can listen to me as I narrate what to do. And you can do it with me every day. You can even chant with me. I do a mantra meditation for the nighttime practice. You don't even have to figure that out. Just press play and just do it with me. You don't even have to have a mala or anything. So that's my Christmas gift to you guys. People have been asking for it, and there's been a lot of really good responses. People have been saying that it's been really revolutionary and really powerful and really helpful. So you got nothing to lose. You can go check it out. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. What have you lost? Seriously, you're worth it. And you're going to need that fire to get you going if you have a challenging Mars in your chart like I do in mine right now. Anyway. All right, that's it. Of course, courses.thunderwizard.com. Subscribe and hit the bell button. And that's it, guys. Just hang in there and, give yourself a break, and don't take things too seriously right now. Okay? I wish you all health and safety, and, even for those that have been, even in politics, a lot of people in politics are having challenges. I wish everybody health and wellness and happiness, and that everybody finds exactly what their soul wants in life. All right. Thanks so much. I will see you guys soon.